So I'm going to do a little video of how I did the trigger and make one that looks like this look like this. So this is the one I did just recently, just a few minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. This one is off the 50 sitting right here, and honestly, the wiring ain't in bad shape except for this little guy right here. This is the one that's probably the worst. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate it. We're just going to put a piece of shrink on it, and we're going to bring that right back down to here. And we're going to make it to where it literally just tucks right up in there like such. And I'm going to go ahead and start heating it. Because I just want it to be shielded. That's it. Nothing fancy. So all in all, it ain't in that bad a shape. I've had much worse on them. Now, take that and do that right there. And then we are going to take a piece about the size of this one, and notice I've got the ends cut off of this, so I can do this whole process without having to fight the rest of the cable. We're going to get this one moved into. Now, granted, the wire is not in the best of shape down here, so we will be cutting that back about right there, and it's nice and bright. So I'd say this was a replacement trigger on this little guy at one time. Because it's big brother over there, which is only a few years older, or well, literally the same exact year, is in horse shape. Well, that one's got a little nick in it. Nothing crazy though. Let's go ahead and pull that one too, and pull this one, and come back to that one. Let's go to this one. Let's go to this one. Go to this one. We're just gonna pull these right up through this shrink real carefully too, by the way. We're not getting super wild with it. And that's just pulling one at a time because we want this cable to lay into the into here. So it'll be shielded. And like I said, this one's actually not in horrible shape. Alright, now as you can see, I've pulled that to where that's going to be right there, and what we'll do is we'll end up strapping it to that. So let's go ahead and let's heat this one. And this will keep all these wires in the loom nice and tight. Less movement, the better it'll be. And then whenever she's strapped over here, I'm not using the actual torch because, well, the torch is propping up the front right now. So there's that. I'm gonna leave that just like that for a second. Now I have not tested this stator yet, or not stator, but trigger. So I probably ought to go ahead and do that before I get too wild. So I'm guessing this one's going to be our. Look at that. Shillings broke off right there. Let's just go ahead and snip it right there. And them things suck. Harbor Freight, but hey. Some of their stuff's okay, some of it's kind of questionable. I was going to say that's our black with white. That's probably going to be the so-called violet, which is on that one, which is a blue and then a white. So we're going to go in between this one right here. I'm just going to shove the meter lead into that. Right there. I'm going to go to this one. $851. Okay. It's supposed to be 700 to 1,000. 851 is good. Now we're going to test our, well, so-called violet, which on this is more like a green, versus our white. Yeah, originally it was violet. You can see it on the cut part of it. So 844. So that trigger's good. We got 844 on one side, both of them in there around the 800 range, mid 800 range. So that's good. Now, excuse me. Here's my. I went ahead and did this one too. Here's a different one from earlier. This is the one off that 50. I just redid it, and yeah, looks pretty. Pretty much did it the same way I'm doing this one. It wasn't, the wires weren't in horrible shape, so it was fixable. So that's exactly what we did. Let's get a terminal put on this one and get it crimped down. I am out of my non-insulated terminals for the ring ends for this, so we'll just take some standard style ring ends and take the insulation off of them and do it that way. Okay, here's that. Let's grab this piece of wire. We're going to use this black. I don't think there's any more damage. Well, that green's got some damage on it. But what do you expect the way I drug it through that thing? Yeah, green's coming apart. So what we're going to do, let's just go ahead and do that. Green's coming apart right there. We're going to snip that, which is actually violet, but we'll use some blue shrink on it. And, well, we'll make it to where it's kind of colored properly, kind of. So another one about the same length here. Okay. So now I'm going to take this, we're going to strip it, get that in there. No hands bothering me. Still. And after this, I'm going to see if I can cut apart the old main harness and see if we can patch it up like that. Patch that one up. We're going to take a couple of these ring ends right here. I'm just going to pull the insulated part off of them and use those. So now let's get this one stripped back. Shouldn't have been nothing to it. Just getting this old 50 horse ready to run again. We probably won't keep it, but I mean we might, but I doubt it. But it'll be going up for sale before too long. Let's do this. I've got another pair of snips somewhere. But there we go. Not snips. These guys. Heat this up a little bit. Take the pliers, pull that off. There's one. Damn it. It's not going to be the right size for ring terminals, is it? Nope. Nope. That one is. Just grab three of the wrong ones, one of the right one, huh? Okay. Two. All right. Now, start this over. Let's get these peeled off. It'd be nice if they just pull off, honestly. There's one. Two. Uh-oh. Three. And this will be four. Okay, now we got ring ends. We're going to that's all right. Probably just going to go ahead. No, we ain't gonna shrink that like that yet. Now, we do need to identify which one that is. So we're gonna take a piece of blue. Not a lot, just a chunk. Big enough to state what it is, you know. We're gonna put this on here. about that far up. I just want to know which wire I got here. It ain't got to pull down all the way. If you got two blacks in it, well, you better identify which one's what. Okay. So that's supposed to be our violet, right? Okay. This other one, it's supposed to be a white with a black tracer. And you got your white. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a section. Take a section of this. And, we're going to have to go a little bigger this time. We're going to run a piece of this through here. Take all three of these, go through here. 4 of these, I should say. And we'll take it right up to where those butt splices are. We're going to cover them. Like that. And I'm going to take one more. And we're going to come down close to the end. About right in there. About 6 inches on the end of the wires. So you have room to move your wires and land them around on the block. And we're going to take, slide that back, be about right there. Now, let's go ahead and shrink this again. When you're done, you'll have a pretty decent looking harness, and it'll be, it'll be solid. It'll be be good put back in that motor that you're building. Now we're going to take a section of this. This is just a Dorman wire loom cover, but it's braided, kind of like what they use on your CDI products. Kind of like what CDI uses. It's like a fishnet type stuff. But I use this. It's cheap. You can get it at O'Reilly's. Get you something good and sharp to cut it though. It comes in a pretty, like a 10-foot roll, 15-foot, pretty good amount. Now I'm going to take this, and we're just going to straighten out your wire ends before you get too crazy, because it will catch on the inside pretty good. Get that right in there. All right, little buddy, let's go. Is that? That's where I cut it, I think. Brown don't look too horrible. So we're just going to fish that right through there. That's the whole reason those ends are off that. Do it this way. It ain't happy right now. Okay, well, we're going to have to pull it the rest of the way through. Just being a little contrary here. Right there where that I got those butt connectors. Alright, so now it's all the way up to here. If you can see it, I've got it to where it's all the way up to here, so where it rubs up against the, straps up against that, it'll be alright. And then it's literally leaving you that much to work with on the end. Now with that, I'm going to take a piece, I think this will get us. We're going to try it. May have to go a little size bigger there. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to take a section of that. We're going to cut about that much and about that much. Now we're going to take our wire, push through here again, push over that. You could just black tape it if you want, if you don't have the heat shrink to do so. I like the heat shrink because it tightens everything up. Looks a little cleaner when you're done. So now we're going to pull that back just a touch, and we're going to go to town. Yeah, heat shrink will hold that wire loom in place, and it'll, serve as some extra protection against your wires. A little UV covering protection too, I'd say. I'm not going to say it is because I don't know, but I would think it would help. But I mean, shouldn't be getting on any UV going on because motor covers should be on it, right? It's just an idea. No one said I was brilliant. Now, I'm going to do this one. I'll try to hold these guys somewhat tight in a pattern there. So when this pulls down, it will pull down and hold that wire good and tight. All right, there's that. Let me get a couple small zip ties. Little bitty ones, you know. I'm going to come to right here. I mean, I probably could use this original clip again, but I think we're just going to put zip ties in it like the other ones do. Other ones have, I should say. Bring that right through there. Bring it through the right way, right? Pinch that down. And I just snip that wherever my little snippy snips went. There we go. Snip. I'm going to do one more right behind it. Like such. There's that. So that's how I do it. it works. And then whenever you're done, it looks good inside the motor itself. So I'm gonna take these guys now. Get these pulled out. We're gonna take this one. I'm missing one. I dropped it somewhere. I can't find it now. These are not in the best of shape either. They're kind of stiff. Oh my god, I heard a fly. It's the first one this year. Have not seen any flies this year so far. And I just heard one buzz my head. Just came by to say hi. Like, we're here, you. We're here. Alright. So there's that. I don't know if you can see that little crimp. That's why I do it the way I do. Nice. Nice and round. And it's tight. Definitely is not coming off. And per se, if you got to replace the rest of those wires like this one, it's not looking too hot, really. Oh man, I messed up. Got ahead of myself. I smell a skunk too. As long as he ain't in here with me, we're good. Could be the neighbors smoking some shit weed again. They gotta get some money and get some better shit. That's all I gotta say. But I'm going to violet. Yeah, I'm missing one of these covers. I had it over here. Whenever I was pulling everything apart. I'm guessing I dropped it. Now I don't see it no more. We don't need it. We don't need that. Just to make it pretty anyways. But it was, I've got, that may be the one that was all damaged to begin with. That's it right there. It's completely toasted. We don't need it. Want that split away from the presence part. Like that. Okay. That's good and tight. I got one left. It's going to be our violet, which I've got labeled as blue here. And, well, that's fine. I don't think anybody's going to care. Old one, old. Okay. All right, there we go. That is how I do my triggers. And you can see, just bring it through a loom, shrink the end, and you got your wires. All in all, don't look too bad. We're just going to hang it up here with the other one. Right up there. So we got that. Now I'm off to, well, we're going to start working on this. Kind of a mess. But we got that one. That one's done. This trigger or this stator assembly right here is done. And then this one for this motor right here. It goes to this one. Yeah, that's that little 50. But that's how I do that. Just figured I'd let you know because it doesn't turn out too bad. Don't look too bad either when you're done. And well, good luck.